been wanting to film a video sitting under a flower tree basically for the past I don't know, 2 months now. And as you can tell by the fact that I haven't posted in a month, I've really been putting this off, which is something I've been making myself feel really guilty about. I've watched so many flower trees in the past few months go from budding to full-on beautiful flower blooms to the way this one is now, basically losing all its flowers and a few beautiful flowers left. And every single time I thought I missed the season of flowering trees, there'd be more. Every few weeks I'd watch a new tree go through its cycle of, budding, blooming, and dying, and then eventually just looking like completely normal trees. This regular looking tree was one of the most beautiful flower trees for a while. I used to walk by it every day and it was so pretty with pink flowers and orange leaves. And now you couldn't even tell that it was a flower tree. And I'd think, okay, I missed it. That's it. I missed the season. And just feel bad for myself. And then there'd be a new set of trees that would bloom. Almost like I kept having chances to film this thing and I kept not doing it. I thought I'd just sit down in this little area here, even though you probably can't even tell that these are beautiful pale purple flowers right now. And I thought I'd just make a little art vlog, which I haven't done in a while, but this one focusing more on overcoming some artist guilt. Really, I kind of want to just let this be one long video where I just try and overcome a whole bunch of things I've been trying to deal with. Because today's June 13th, which means we're basically almost at the halfway point of 2022. And there's a lot of stuff I haven't done. So let's get to that. I thought I would start this video by getting right into finishing some long overdue pages in my sketchbook. By the way, if you hear audio in the background, it's because I'm recording this while I'm playing fetch in the woods with my dog. Which, by the way, I got a dog since my last video, so that's very exciting. Yeah, anyways, I'm trying to just candidly record this and remove some pressure, so I figured I'd just do it while I'm out anyways. As you may be able to tell from the little flip through I'm showing, oh my gosh, she just got a huge rock. What the heck? She's bringing it up the hill and then chasing it down the hill. Anyways, as you may be able to tell from the little flip through I showed at the beginning, I have not actually completed a page in my sketchbook since my last video, which was in May. Since completing that last page, I probably spent a total of 10 minutes at most in my sketchbook working on these 2 little pencil sketches, which I'm gonna be filling in at the beginning of this video. Not because I feel guilty about not painting them in or finishing them, just because I think coloring in an old sketch is a good place to start, since you don't have to come up with an idea or anything. The work's already done for you by yourself in the past. I've been working in this same sketchbook since February of last year. That's almost a year and a half of working in the same sketchbook. And it's so weird because I started off this year so strong of drawing every single day. And then I just got into these really bad habits. And recently, I really haven't created at all. To be fair, there's a bunch of different reasons why I've fallen into these patterns. I've been working over 40 hours a week. I've been, I got a dog, so I've been really distracted with that. And there's all other types of things going on. But really, when it comes down to it, if you really love doing something, even if you don't have time to do it, you'd still find time, right? And I haven't been trying to find that time. Getting back to the main topic of this video, which is, guilt in art, I find something that I do when I haven't created in a while is I give my passions, and specifically art in this case, power over me. And what I mean by that is, rather than being oh, I should paint because I enjoy painting, I'll turn it into, oh, I should paint because I haven't painted in a while. I feel that distinction in how you refer to your passions to yourself makes a huge difference. Because now, while I'm painting, I am no longer enjoying it because I'm only doing it because I'm forcing myself to. It's not natural anymore, and it hasn't been natural for a while. And so really, I just want to get back to making stuff for fun. And I feel like I say this in every single video, and I swear every single video has to turn into like why I'm procrastinating this week and why I'm not making right now, which is so weird for me because I love to make art. So why do I have to keep convincing myself to make art? In January of 2021, on this channel, I actually made like a bunch of resolutions. So if you're interested in watching that video, I will link it in the little, corner up above. But one of those resolutions was to try and make marks every day. So that's not draw every day. That was just to make marks, the most casual version possible of drawing. Like I said, I started off the year super strong. I was keeping close to that resolution. I created almost every single day. And I think no matter what your resolutions are, it's super hard to stay committed at the 1/3 of the year mark, at the halfway mark of the year. If you're not revisiting them and reminding yourself why you made them, it's really hard to keep to them. So for my resolutions, rather than reminding myself why I wanted to create art every day, they just became something I could hold above my head. Like every night I'd be like, I told myself I'd create every single day, rather than being like, why do I want to create every single day? Hi! When it comes down to it, I have so many reasons I want to be creating more. But the main reason I've been neglecting is that ideally, I would love my career to be an independent creative practice. Not necessarily selling drawings, but I think drawing daily would be useful no matter the creative avenue I choose to go down. Because in general, art and drawing has always been beneficial to my life. It helps me clear my head, it helps me recenter myself, it helps me express things that I need to get out so that I can focus on other stuff. In general, drawing daily is beneficial even if I don't end up becoming an artist, right? There have been a lot of different times in my life where I felt like I needed to improve on my actual drawing skills. But right now, I think the only thing I really need to improve on, but right now, I don't feel like that would be really beneficial to me because I think I need to focus on improving my discipline because I just have so much trouble showing up for myself. Outside of art, I work at 2 different restaurants. And of course, I always show up there when I'm scheduled. Like, sure, there's people depending on me and someone else is fixing the schedule. But when it comes down to it, why am I always able to show up for other people? And why is it so much easier to show up for other people than it is to show up for myself? Whether YouTube or drawing ends up having anything to do with the direction of my life, what matters is that right now, I like doing it and I want to be doing it. And so why can't I get myself to show up or follow through with it? That's just honestly unacceptable because, again, if I want to eventually be my own boss, no matter what it has to do with, whether it has to do with art or drawing or YouTube or anything, if I can't get myself to show up and follow through, that's not going to be a possibility. Rather than guilting myself, it's time to just start showing up, to start following through on all those resolutions of making YouTube videos and making art, just as reliably as I show up for my other job, because what's important right now is to focus on building discipline through art and YouTube and that kind of stuff. So speaking of other jobs, now that I've finished filling in those 2 old sketches in my sketchbook, let's move on to the next section of this video. Freelance writing. If you've watched my videos before, you may know that I'm also a freelance writer. This is something I've done full-time, part-time, and currently I'm basically not doing. I've kept one contract alive because the client's really chill and they hire me to write history books for Amazon entirely on my own schedule. They basically assign me a place to write about, and then whether it takes me a week or 6 months to write it, I get paid, which is pretty awesome. But I think lately I've been taking advantage of their flexibility. What I was saying is I think, Athena, chill out. Come here if you want to come here. Anyways, hi Athena. Hi cutie. Sorry. Basically, I just feel like I've been taking advantage of this relationship because I received my last assignment to write about the history of Brazil in February and it's still not done. I've even made other videos on this channel where I'm working on that same project and it's July now and not only am I still working on it, but I'm not even like halfway done. they may not mind. Like, they've asked me, they're like, how's your progress on this? And I'm like, it's probably gonna take me a while longer. And they're like, no worries, it's chill. But I mind that it's taking me so long to write something that I used to be able to do in a month. And so instead of going to bed feeling guilty, I just need to show up for myself. So here's my plan. For the next week, I'm going to work at a cafe and library every day and just see how much I can get done. That way, I'm kind of treating myself in exchange for work. I know this technique of forcing myself out of the house works. The issue is that there's days where I just have so much trouble forcing myself to get out of the house. Like, especially if I'm already working. Like, I still work 40 hours a week right now. That's why, as much as I would like to be able to be at home and be productive and be writing, I want to turn this into a really enjoyable experience. I don't want to force myself to go out in exchange for 1,000 words. I just want to force myself to go to a cafe or go to the library and have a fun time and write as much as I can. And that way, I'm kind of transforming the way I view writing, and then I can try writing at home again. How you talk to yourself about showing up is important, I think. Like, forcing myself to go out because I'm feeling guilty for not doing work isn't going to be productive in the long term, especially when allowing myself to, like, go try a new cafe and make working on this assignment into a fun experience makes me want to show up the next day and the day after that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to try this little experiment of treating myself and see how it goes. Flash forward in what has become a many month long video. It's September now, and this river where I filmed the last part of the video has become a regular spot that Athena and I go to every single day. You know, it's funny because I knew this video would take many months to film, but I thought that would be because I was, getting every single thing done off my list of things to do. And of course that didn't happen. But in the end, after many months, I learned a lot about overcoming guilt. Let's talk about what I've been up to in the past few months, what I've learned, and what I accomplished. First, what I've been up to. So my boyfriend's family came to visit in the end of July, and all of us, Athena included, went camping on Vancouver Island, which was incredible. It was my first time there, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And it also reminded me about my priorities and not feel like I'm wasting my time doing something that I'm not that proud of and that's not building towards something. I feel like that trip really kind of messed up. I was really enjoying work, honestly, before that trip. Like, every time I go into work now, I feel like I'm wasting time that could be used to build something else. Which is why, more than even at the beginning of this video, I feel like discipline is so important right now for me. And I want to be spending this time building up things that have growth potential, and that could become something for me. Not like I'm contributing for the restaurant, but in the end, all I get is restaurant experience. I'm not building anywhere working in restaurants. Second, what I've accomplished. It's the beginning of September now, and I'm almost done my sketchbook, which is really exciting. I mean, obviously I wasn't doing a page a day, or else it would already be done, because it's not a huge sketchbook. And it's still going to have taken me almost 2 years to finish a sketchbook, but I've started to build up a habit with drawing, which I'm really excited about because it's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time now, and I almost completely lost during the summer. I think starting with those 2 pages at the beginning of this video, even though they were just like 2 random pages in my sketchbook, really got the ball rolling, and from that point on, a week hasn't gone by that I haven't drawn. So yeah, I'm just really happy about that. And as far as my book assignment goes, when I started this video, I was only at 9,000 words, which took me like 6 months to write, and now I'm at 23,000 words. So in 3 months, I wrote the same as in 6 months. And the thing is like, that's not great timing. I have finished these books in a month before, but you know, it's getting better, and I'm just trying to build up a daily routine because I want to keep taking these assignments on. Overall, I've started to build up an almost daily writing and drawing habit. I think what I realized about overcoming guilt through working on this book and working on my sketchbook is it was really easy to get myself to work on my book assignment because somebody else was depending on me. The same as showing up for my restaurant work. Working in my sketchbook was easy because that's just something I really want to do for myself. I want to be drawing every day. I want to be drawing as much as possible. So it wasn't hard to convince myself to work in my sketchbook. But as far as all the other unfinished things that I wanted to get done in this video, all the unfinished paintings that are still up on my wall, and the unfinished side projects and videos that, you know, still aren't done, and I didn't mention in this video just because I didn't work on them. I didn't really want to get those done. I just wanted the guilt of not following through on those ideas to be gone, and so I wanted to finish them. I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm saying is that, like, as far as drawing goes, I want to be drawing. But as far as finishing a specific drawing that I started like 5 months ago, it's hard to get myself to actually follow through on that because I don't really actually want to do it. I just want to do it so that I don't have to feel bad about not doing it anymore, and that's a bad reason to do something. I can't get over guilt by accomplishing everything because that's never going to happen. I'm never going to be able to get everything done. I'm never going to be able to keep up with all my ideas, and there's always going to be more unfinished paintings and more projects that I want to work on, and if I'm so caught up in the past and what I haven't finished, I can't advance with future projects. So yes, I do need to follow through and finish some things, but I need to prioritize. I think what took me the whole summer to realize is that overcoming guilt is about moving on. So maybe I didn't overcome all my art guilt in this video. And so on a closing note, it's September now, and there's still flower trees. I think it would have been really beautiful to film this conclusion under a flower tree, but all the ones I've seen lately have been in people's yards, so that's not going to happen. But my point is just that I had so much anxiety and guilt about missing the flower tree season, and that, you know, this idea of wanting to film under a flower tree would go to waste. Not that it was a really great idea to begin with, but just, you know, I was really feeling bad about not following through with that. And many months later, there's still flower trees. There's still more chances to record. And if it was really a priority to me, I would have gotten it done. And I did. I filmed under the flower trees. And so with that note, and this very long, rambly conclusion, I will see you soon. And I actually mean that because I think I'm not going to let guilt stand in my way of making more videos anymore.